I just want you guys to continue what you guys are doing because music makes the world go round, and like I said, through COVID, so music wasn't there, and I don't know what I'd do without music, and I just hope that you achieve your dreams and make sure that you know you enjoy yourselves. That's what I want to say.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the All Music Matters in That podcast. I'm your host Brian. And joining me today, hailing from the UK, Oliver Downton. How you doing, brother?
Hello, I'm doing good.
Where at in the UK are you actually?
So I'm in a place called Somerset, so southwest of England.
Well, how far is it from London? Because I've been familiar with London and I've interviewed a good number of guys out of the UK already.
Yeah, it's about 2 hours away.
Okay. And
Yeah.
I also noticed you're friends with a good number of guys I'm actually friends with too. I know Ash Wells, Virtua Drummer, aka Sacha.
Yeah.
I guess, how did you become a drum tuber? Did Ash reach out to you, or do you reach out?
I kind of well, Ash sent me a message before it was even going to happen, and I kind of did a collaboration with Ash like a few weeks before, and he sent me a message, and I was like, you know what, I might as well sign up to it and kind of see how it goes, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, Ash, he works wonders too, and
Yes, he does.
actually, I gotta still send that little video because I know he was doing another promotion video at some point for
Yeah,
anybody who wants to say I'm a drum tuber, that sort of thing. So I gotta get
yeah,
mine out there next. So
nice.
Ollie, welcome to my podcast right here. The way this podcast works is we just want to get to know people both as the musician, but also as the individual too. So
Yep.
your story's going to be a little interesting too, because I know it says here in your intro on your Facebook page, you talked about Williams syndrome and
Yes.
also the foundation you're a part of too. So
Yeah.
you can tie this in with the first question here, but just going to go for all these questions right here. You ready?
Yep. Yep. Let's do this.
All right. So first question. So tell us a little about yourself along with Williams syndrome, the foundation you're a part of, and then how you got into drumming.
So my name's Ollie. I'm from the UK. I have a rare genetic syndrome called Williams syndrome. And I work for the foundation on a daily basis I'm one of their ambassadors, so I have to help with doing like meetings on Zoom every now and again, and being in different podcasts and stuff, and I love it.
I was going to say, how'd you get into drumming afterwards? So,
So with drumming, it kind of was I didn't really know what I was gonna do when I was younger, and then at school one day I just found the music room, and there was a drum kit, and I sort of sat in there and just had a little go, and I loved it. And then the next week was my birthday, so my mum and dad got me my first drum kit, and that was really good. And then I've been playing ever since for 17 years.
that's pretty sweet. And I guess, have you jumped around with drum sets? Because I think the one I saw in there kind of like a hybrid set.
Yeah. So I can't remember my first kit, but like I've gone from Pearl Exports to Mapex Marses to Mapex Saturns, and now I'm on a Roland TD12 kit.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. You're all rolling as well.
Yeah.
So let's see. Apex. I guess what made you switch to rolling?
It was because I wanted to practice more, because I felt really bad for my parents, like having to, turn the telly up loud every night and, worry about what time I'd be up playing and stuff. So now I can just drum freely and, learn all the techniques I've always wanted to without disturbing the parents.
I guess is the insulation in your house not the greatest either?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I can kind of relate too. My parents were like, "No, we are not doing an acoustic set." And so
Yeah. Yep.
that was actually when it was first starting off for me too, because they saw. I don't know how many if you saw in my interviews, but I know I told this story a number of times. But Rock Band was what got me started into drumming too.
Ah,
But my parents didn't
nice.
want to get the regular acoustic sets because my installation's not the greatest. So
Yeah.
fortunately, we were able to find electric sets, and it happened to be Roland as well. Mine's a TD
Yeah.
25K, so
Oh, nice.
it's been one I've been rolling with ever since. Just really changing the mesh heads on the snare because it's the one that gets abused the most, apparently.
Yep. Yep.
So I guess when you jump between acoustic and electric, was there a bit of a culture shock, or was it kind of easy to just transition into the electric set?
Um, it was easy to start with, and then I had my first proper changeover on Thursday because I had band practice and I had to use an acoustic set, so I had to kind of get back into learning all the fundamentals again and remembering how loud an acoustic drum kit was. But yeah, I get there, and it's kind of nice to transition every now and again.
I guess do you really have a preference between the two?
Oh man, it's electric's amazing, but like for like main attraction, I always love a good acoustic. Like it's the amount of cool stuff you can get for them, and but yeah,
I guess it's based more on feel with the
yeah,
acoustic set. So
yeah,
yeah, that's what other people would say in terms of like between acoustics and electrics. But it seems like electrics at least help you out in terms of like being in cramped spaces like apartments,
yeah,
for instance, so you're not
yeah,
getting people banging on the roofs like with the broomsticks and everything, just saying like
yeah.
keep it down up there, you darn kids, that sort of thing.
Mm.
So let's see. I guess let's go ahead and jump to your YouTube channel. And judging by your chair too, are you also a gamer?
Yeah, I play games. I play in a gaming team, so yeah, I play for a team called Rogue Gaming, and I'm on there. I'm sort of on their casual side at the minute, but I used to play like competitive Call of Duty back in the day and stuff. So
You know, as fun as it was back in the day doing Call of Duty, because there would be times I'd shine pretty well.
yeah.
It kind of left me with some bad memories too, because
Oh yeah, same.
well, it was because I was never really good at it, to be honest. I mean, I feel like it's, and this is just me personally, because I don't really like going to those big conventions, like doing all these tournaments and everything too.
Yeah,
I mean, I was just in it for fun, really, and then if it's stressing you out too, in terms of like
yeah.
any sort of family matters as well, I think it's a little too much.
Oh yeah,
That's why nowadays I just like doing the single player for like the
yeah.
more, I call it high intense games because like, have you ever played like Bloodborne or Dark Souls?
Yeah, I have many memories with Dark Souls. I'm thinking I'm gonna do a charity stream for Dark Souls eventually, because I know that I'll get I know there'll be a lot of money donated by myself. The amount of times I'll die in the game, I reckon.
It's more like the Prepare to Cry edition right there.
Yeah,
Or I like to say, a fine dark soul for you. That sort of thing.
yeah, yeah.
But I guess speaking of Dark Souls, which one would you say was your favorite out of the three?
Uh, I only played the first one. I never decided to play the second one or the third one.
No?
Nah.
I guess, which boss was your favorite out of the Dark Souls 1?
Um, I have to say the first one because that's the only one I properly got to before I started raging like no tomorrow and then gave up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would say, to kind of describe it with Dark Souls and also to people who watch this video, there's the regular bosses, which can be pretty easy because they telegraph their attacks pretty easily. Then there's the get good bosses, which are like, you gotta study the moves, you gotta know how to dodge and everything too. You
Yeah.
gotta know how everything works. So you're gonna run into those, and there's also what's called DLC, which is Notorious of the Abyss. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And let me tell you this: when you do play any of the Dark Souls games, the DLCs are on a whole different level.
Oh
So-
gosh.
So those are pretty much good bosses.
Yeah.
So, for I guess, did you have a YouTube channel? And I guess kind of talk about it a little bit.
Yes. So my YouTube channel's called Impurist Ollie. I mainly do drum covers. I've been working on it since 2013, and I just hit, well, I hit 1K subscribers in the second week of January, which was, God, that was an emotional roller coaster. That was like the best sort of day of my life. I've been working so hard, and I had doubts about my channel. Like in 2019, I was gonna delete it and forget about it, but two drummers, um, kind of saved me, and they were like, "Hey, don't do that. We'll help you out." And they helped out and made me become the drummer I am today. So big shout out to them.
Was it Ashwell's or was it also Drum Band 190?
No, it was a guy called Tobines, and yeah, he basically helped me, and then yeah, he came over my house last year and surprised me with his signature snare drum, so that was nice.
Is he a friend of yours, or I guess how did you two
Yeah,
meet?
yeah, we're pretty good friends. We talk on Instagram pretty much every day, and we're meeting up like later on this year at the UK drum show, so that'll be good.
Does he also have the same syndrome you do, or is he like
No,
helped out?
no, he's I don't know how to say it. I don't know, like normal. It's a hard one.
He doesn't have any condition, but he helps out for people
Yeah,
with special needs.
yeah,
Type thing. Okay,
yeah,
that's very good. Big shout out to him, by the way.
yeah.
So I guess, do you also do any streaming on? I think you do it on Twitch or something like that, or
Yes, yep. So I stream on Twitch quite regularly, mostly gaming, but I'm gonna slowly start getting back into doing drumming streams again. Now I've got everything nearly set up. I've just got to wait for my MIDI box to come in, and then I can start doing that again. And yeah, looking forward to getting back.
that sounds good. I guess, do you do any other sort of videos on a YouTube channel?
I talk about my disability quite a lot. So like I do educational videos. Um, I also do like I'm gonna start doing reviews of songs and stuff. Hopefully.
I guess, I never actually heard of Williams syndrome, so I guess what's some of the struggles you go through on a daily basis?
Oh man. So like some of the main ones are probably like heart conditions. So I had to have a stent put in my heart the day I was born. And also lots of random things like even though I'm an adult, I still feel like a little kid in a way. Like I feel very I feel different sometimes, and it's hard to comprehend with some stuff, but I get there.
And boy, that is a little bit rough too. And actually, my last couple of interviews, I've interviewed people with certain conditions too. One last week was Sean Wells, and his unfortunately deals with he doesn't have full function with his
Yeah,
hands and his feet. And I forget the whole term because you
yeah,
always gotta laugh with like the scientific terms because then they'll give it
yeah,
like some ridiculous name and it's like
yeah,
what? So
yeah,
it is easier when they just like give it a simple name, but
yeah.
I forget what it was called, but that's pretty much what it comes down to too. But like, do you have any sort of struggles whenever you try doing drums, or does it all come pretty naturally?
Um, Comes pretty natural apart from my bass. Like my feet, I have like in my knee bone, I have like hardly any bit of the patella that keeps my knee in place. So I have to be extremely careful when I'm drumming because my knees can like dislocate any time of the day. So I have to be really careful. But other than that, now I just get on with it, and yeah, it's good.
I guess, so what sort of artists do you cover in your drum covers? Do you mainly do like classic rocks, some of the big
Classic
names?
rock to heavy metal, sort of Metallica, Slipknot, um, all sorts of different bands from, yeah, all sorts, and hopefully gonna have some original songs out this year, hopefully as well. So
You write your own original material?
I'm gonna try with my new band, hopefully, see if they'll help me out and write some stuff.
I guess before we jump into your band, I guess is there something you hope to achieve with YouTube channel and streaming on Twitch?
Um, my dream. Nah, I feel like I've achieved it now. Like I feel very proud of how I've done this year so far. But I think my main dream is kind of, people noticing me in town, which has already happened, and it's quite weird when you go into town and they're like, "Oh, are you that guy from YouTube?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh, hey, Ollie, how are you doing there,
Yeah,
man? That's what I'm saying,
yeah.
so yeah.
And I'm like, "Who are you?" And they're like, "Oh, well, I'm a subscriber."
No, man. Now you're like the famous actor who now walks through and has to sign all the
Yeah,
autographs.
yeah,
Next thing you know, they'll be doing paparazzis in your front yard, that sort of thing. Uh, but congratulations, mate. It's good you finally
Thank you,
made your dream come true. So hope you
thank
can make
you.
at least a decent living out of it. I don't know how it works. I
Yeah,
don't know how it works with like streaming and video gaming wise. Is it more so with ad revenue?
yeah.
Oh,
But I'm not allowed to get paid for it because the uh, I'm on benefits and stuff, so I can't really. But I just do it for the fun. Like I don't really mind if I can't get paid for it. I just do it for the fun.
right.
It's, yeah,
Sorry about how it goes, but okay.
yeah.
So you did mention about a band you're a part of. So I guess when did this band start?
So this band started 3 or 4 weeks ago. I used to be in a band called Stepping Out before I joined this band. So yeah, I played with them for 4 years. Played a music festival last year, and big respect to them. They helped me out, and I kind of left because I wanted to focus on my YouTube channel. And then I had a random message from somebody while I was at work the other day saying, "Hey, we're looking for a new drummer. Do you want to join a band?" And I'm like, "Yeah, go on then." So I joined, and we've had 3 practices now, and it's the best band I've ever been in. So yeah, I'm happy.
I guess what sort of music do you guys cover? Are you got a cover band or
Uh,
you do your own original material?
Cover bands. Well, basically we've got like a bit of Judas Priest, a bit of what's his name, Brian Adams, bit of Cranberries, loads of different bands in the set. It's awesome.
I would say the Cranberries. I think the one they always want to play is Zombie for some reason.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
Well, it's like they don't even focus on like any of the other songs too. It's like we're just gonna do that hit song and then that's it too. Because I was actually doing a couple sessions with a cover band and it was practice sessions. I didn't really get a chance to play live with them or anything like that.
yeah,
But Cranberries was on it with the song Zombie. And it seemed like
yeah,
all we were doing was like the alternative '90s music, and I kind of wish I had gotten a chance because I never had that experience of playing live, let alone if it was like
uh,
in a bar and tucked in the
yeah.
corner, it would still be pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, playing live, it's the most amazing experience, and it's probably the most, like, it made me feel so proud of myself because, like, I never thought I'd ever do it, and when I did it for the first time, I was in tears on stage because it was just so amazing.
Congrats to me. I guess, do you guys play in pubs or anything? Because you struck me like you would get carded going in the pub or something.
Oh yeah, we go. Well, I will be. We'll be playing loads of local pubs, and big shout out to my local pub, the Quicksilver. I can't wait to get back in there soon and tear that, rock the roof down as always, and yeah.
I think it's blow the roof off or something like that.
Yep,
So,
yep, yep.
I don't know. I think you have to start growing the facial hair too because you struck me like you would get carded a good bit trying to sneak into pubs or
Yeah,
anything. So,
yeah,
actually, I know I got
yeah,
to trim my beard pretty soon. So,
yeah,
people are going to say, like, oh, I look 10 years younger, that sort of thing too.
yep.
I'm going to say you actually did look a little deceiving because I thought you were actually in high school or something like that. How old are you right now?
I'll be 28 next Sunday.
Oh, wow. I'm going to say I'm way off because you struck me like you're in your high school, to be honest. So that's pretty much
Nah,
without the facial hair and
yeah,
everything. So that's why I'm saying you
yeah.
look a lot younger.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
All right. So I guess let's walk through how you do a drum cover first. So first off, what gear do you use?
So really, I just use well, I used to just use a Yamaha EAD10 and an iPad. That was it. Like I just run the Yamaha Wreck and Share software through my iPad, and then connect it through the module, and then put the triggers on my kit, and then just record it through there, sort of thing.
I think I've heard of the EAD. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I think my friend Brian Drums. Yeah, I think he uses something similar. And then I
yeah,
think he might set up his iPad. I don't know if he set his iPhone, but it was one of those two. But yeah, that's how he records his too. I guess
yeah.
what sort of software do you use to bring it all together?
Um, I don't really. I don't edit. I don't know how to do it or add anything to it. I just shove them straight online once I've done it and pray to God that they're good.
I would find you had to at least include like some sort of presets with like EQ, compression, and adaptive limiter because that's how.
Oh yeah, that's all done on the module. So like before I record the cover, I make sure that all the settings on the module are good and sort of go from there.
Short and sweet. I mean, that's really all you gotta do is just keep it simple too.
Yep.
I guess have you ever considered maybe shooting from multiple angles if you had more cameras?
Oh man, I'd love to. I'd love to do like a bass pedal camera and a snare, oh, like bigger camera so that they can see like over me and stuff. And because my friends are always like, "Can you record from the back?" And I'm like, "No, not really, because then I can't see where the camera is and how long the song's got left and stuff." So
I guess is your drum set somewhere in your room right there, or is it in a different room?
yeah, let me. So it's right there.
That's pretty sweet. Good old
Yeah,
rolling. Are you
yeah.
endorsed by anybody actually?
I used to be endorsed by a drumstick company called Pelwood Drumsticks. I was endorsed with them for a year, and I still use them every day because they are like one of my the the dealer I had. He was really nice, and he sorted everything out, and it kind of got to the point where like I was trying to get my signature drumsticks out, and it just didn't work out in the end. So I'm currently looking for a new brand to represent eventually.
Power Drumsticks, is that a UK brand or is it?
Yeah, yeah, UK brand.
I guess how'd you find out about them? Because I have to say, the last few interviews, I've been hearing people who've mentioned about sticks that brand names I've never really heard of, to be honest. So I'm actually curious.
So I actually met them at a gig. I went to go see a no, was it? Yeah, it was a Phil Collins tribute band, and basically the guy was there, and I had a chat with him, and I bought a pair of drumsticks off him, and then sort of last year he kind of sent me a message saying, "Hey, I got a surprise for you to cheer me up after having COVID." And he's like, "Oh, I want to endorse you to the company," and I'm like, "Okay, I'd love that."
That's pretty sweet. And I guess, was this actually. How'd you find out about this Phil Collins cover band? Was it just something you saw on the ad?
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook, and me and my dad were really excited because Phil Collins is like one of my big inspirations. But yeah, we loved it and met the band afterwards and just had a real good time.
That's pretty sweet. They sound like good people too, especially
Yeah,
having that sort of like get together moments too. I didn't want to say
yeah,
collaboration because it was more of a get together, that sort of thing too. Because I
yeah,
think that's really helpful in today's society, at least. That's especially true.
yeah, yep.
But I guess since you did talk about influences, I guess did you have any other drummers who influenced you?
Danny Carey from Tool. He's just so amazing at creating the most craziest drum parts I've ever heard. Like it's just so complicated. The way he uses acoustic and electric together, it's just mind blowing.
You did mention about heavy metal, so I'm actually curious how far into heavy metal do you go?
Oh, very. Like I kind of go like straight up to metalcore, so that's like the heaviest I'll go.
I would say I was actually goof around with Bolt Thrower. Have you heard of that group before?
No, don't think so.
They're actually they disbanded a good while because unfortunately their drummer Martin Kearns he had tragically passed away, and but they were
Oh,
out of the UK, and they're actually one of my favorite bands, and I'm actually doing a little live stream, which I'm actually going to release, or I'm actually going to do not this upcoming week, but next week on Monday night,
nice.
just to honor one of my favorite bands too. And I would say in the early beginning, because they came out in the '80s, they were a little bit fast, like your black speeding and that sort of thing, and
Yeah,
it was still then metal as it kept going on, but it wasn't like as extremely fast as it used to be too. So
yeah,
it was still,
yeah,
I'd say it's doable in that case,
yeah.
even though they change like the tempo every now and again here and there too. So if you want to check them out, go ahead. I don't know if you ever really got into death metal because I know the UK, it's known for the British Invasion, which came out in the '50s
Oh
with.
no, those words are like, ugh.
Why is that? Like British Invasion or?
No, I just don't like death metal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not. It's kind of like it's okay, but then it's just constant blast beats all the time, and I'm like, yeah, okay,
I would say that's more of Napalm Death, to be honest. But
yeah,
sometimes, yeah, there's nice grooves every now and again here and there. So
yeah,
I'll leave you to judge. But I know the UK, you guys have been known for breaking into the music scenes with like the British Invasion with the Rolling Stones, the
yeah,
Beatles, and then later
yeah,
on you had Black Sabbath in the late '60s, early '70s. So you're known for a whole lot of music. So and then I know
yeah.
I know Oasis was a big fan, or
Oh yeah, love Oasis.
and I'm trying to remember Isaac Drums. That's right. I was trying to remember his name. Too many names at
Yeah,
this point, or it's actually been a little bit of a hectic week. So sorry, Isaac,
yeah,
but yeah, Isaac he was a real big fan of Oasis. So,
yeah.
but I guess this guy jumps into a fun question. But I guess out of all the drum covers you had done, which one is your favorite?
Probably. Probably Your Betrayal by Bullet for My Valentine because that song meant so the song lyrics don't mean anything to me, but learning for 13 years straight and then getting it up like the start of like the end of last year. Oh, it was just an emotional moment uh, when I finally hit that record button and then got it down perfectly, and it was amazing.
I know both of them. Valentine's always been a little heavy in some case. I guess
Yeah.
was this a heavier song or was it slow and
Um,
heavy?
Very heavy, but it had a lot of like really intricate double bass. Like it was kind of so it goes duh, 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 duh. So it's like you have to be really quick with the feet, and I'm not very good at that, but I got there in the end.
That's pretty sweet. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank
You
you.
know what? I felt bad because I think it was Your Poison. I think that was I forget what the title was, but I know I remember getting back at the Bullet for My Valentine way back when I think you could say it was kind of death metally in a way, or if you want to say
Yeah,
alternative or whatever. But Four Wards I know was one of the more heavier songs like way back in the day.
oh yeah, yeah.
So I don't know how much they changed ever since, but I mean sometimes it happens with certain groups here and there too. So
It's got even more heavier now. They've kind of changed direction, and it's kind of their latest album's probably one of the best metal albums I've ever heard.
that's pretty sweet. I think I might have to check it out at some point. But
Yeah.
you did listen to Danny Carey, I guess. Did you have any other drummers, or is he kind of the biggest one out of all of
Uh,
them?
oh, who else? I actually want to give a shout out to my old drum teacher, Nick Cartland. He inspires me so much every day. Like he always kind of makes sure that I'm learning stuff, and he's an incredible drummer, and yeah, he's a good guy.
Big shout out to him. And I guess if you want to do top five, I guess you got three more. Who else do you got?
Oh, right. So I want to go Ryan Lease, another local drummer. He's kind of yeah. So him, two more. Let's go with who else? Oh man, this is a hard one. Oh, probably Jimmy the Rev Sullivan, the old drummer in Avenged Sevenfold. He passed away a few years ago. And also, I can't forget the man, the myth, the legend, Mister. Oh, what's his name? Tyler Hawkins.
Hmm.
Taylor Hawkins. Big shout out to him as well. He's a legend.
Actually, I thought you were going to say Neil Peart at first, or I know, obviously because of the obvious too. But yeah, Taylor Hawkins. You know what?
Yeah,
I have to admit, I kind of feel bad too because it wasn't until after he passed I realized like how much of an impact he had on the food fighters and everybody else too.
yeah,
And you would think he would still be around too. He was still young, and
yeah.
you'd think he'd be around 4 years
He
to at least leave a.
he passed away on my last ever gig with my band, so I had to pay a little tribute to him. Sort of
I know they. I
made a
was gonna say, I think
oh,
they
go
did a.
ahead.
I think they did a blindfold challenge. I don't know if they did it with Taylor Hawkins or one of those ones.
Yeah,
I actually thought about doing Best of You as the blindfold challenge at some point, so that'd be interesting.
yeah. I've done blindfolded challenge. I love it.
I guess. What song did you do on a blindfold challenge, or have you done a couple?
uh, I did Wake Me Up When September Ends because that was the easiest one I could think of.
I would say yeah, that's actually a touching song by Green Day. I would say that's. Would you say it's a little bit more touching than the Good Riddance song?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have you done any other ones by Green Day since we're talking about it?
I have done Boulevard of Broken Dreams. I'm going to attempt Jesus of Suburbia soon.
That's a that's a 5 part song, so you gotta brace yourself whenever it changes tempo or
Yep,
changes up here and there. Because I know it's like a 5 piece song and it's like 9 minutes
yeah,
long too. So
yep,
you're in for a long one. So
yep.
good luck, mate.
Thank
All
you.
right. So I don't know how bad COVID impacts people with Williams syndrome. So I guess let's go into COVID a little bit here. So I guess how bad did it impact you, your family, and community?
It was horrible. I mean, I lost all sense of like going out in the public and kind of being myself. I was very lonely and very depressed. Like I just wanted to have company and kind of just be myself, but in kind of it was difficult, but we got through it in the end, and I I was so proud when I could go back to work and go and do stuff again, but like now it's still like we don't go do as much as I used to, but sort of I'm getting back into like the swing of things and kind of I'm not so scared of going out anymore, even though COVID was like a few years ago when lockdown was. I'm still kind of recovering off the mental stuff, but yeah.
I guess did you have any brushes with it, or was it kind of like a typical cold and flu?
Oh, I had when I had it, I had my mental health just went through the roof, and I had to. I don't know how I coped. I'm surprised how well I coped in the end. Like, but yeah.
That's pretty cool. And I guess for people who do have Williams syndrome, do you know if it impacts them in a different way? COVID.
Yeah. So we're it can get really bad for us because we have heart problems, and a lot of us get diagnosed quite early on in life with asthma as well. So I kind of had to use my asthma inhaler a lot more because I was coughing a lot, and kind of the breathing was okay, but all the other things were just getting on my nerves, and I was like, I wanna go out again and stuff, but it was hard, but kind of my asthma was really bad at the time, and I had to keep taking my inhaler and keep trying to keep happy, and yeah.
I guess do you also suffer from asthma too, or is it
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, yeah.
I have people who've seen it firsthand too, and I was actually in the sport of football. And I guess speaking of sports, did you try any sports, or is it too risky to?
I play competitive laser tag. Yeah. It's very niche sport. Like, not many people know about it, but and I used to play soccer a lot as well.
I would say I remember loving laser tag as a kid, and I actually did a couple times as an adult, but it was more
Yeah,
work
I
wise.
played against some of the world's best players.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess how does this laser tag work? Is it similar to how paintball is?
No, it's a lot more different. So basically, we get like a the room's all dark and it's got lights and stuff, and then we kind of play like a very vigorous game of team deathmatch that lasts 20 minutes, and then the team with the most points at the end wins. But it can get very rowdy in the arena. There's a lot of fights that can happen and stuff, so we have to be extremely careful.
I was gonna say it sounds like you got some Irish people in there. There were
Yeah.
probably not one too many going
God.
into it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it sounds like the Call of Duty of laser tag. Now you mentioned it
Yeah.
too, so
Yeah.
that's interesting
Yeah.
because I always thought it was like stuff you do for fun, really. Because I've seen paintball on TV when they used to do it. They got like the big bags and everything too, but it's like if you get
Yeah.
hit, then you're done. So
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was something similar to that or what it was like capture the flag. They do something like capture the flag or any other.
Yeah, they do. That's one of my favorites because I can just run from one side of the arena really quick. Even though the marshals are like, no running, no running, they let me because I can do it safely. Get from one side of the arena, grab the flag, and bring it straight back without getting shot.
All right. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. So that's up to you, man.
Yeah,
All right. Since we talked about that, I guess we can get to some fun questions right here. So I guess,
yeah.
so I guess this one was not part of it, but I guess do you love doing it more on computers, your video games, or do you like PS5 or Xbox?
I prefer playing Xbox, but I'm slowly getting into PC gaming and stuff. So
I'm gonna have to say, did you build your own computer or did you just buy like one of the big brands?
I bought I think it was an Asus Helios Pro 300. It's like a gaming laptop with a RTX 3060 in it. So it's got some big power in it, and
You know, a friend of mine's been actually trying to convince me to build your own computer too, because first off, you can monitor it if something's wrong with it, or you can just get the parts
yeah,
whenever you need to.
yeah,
Whereas for Macs, and I don't know if this does yours run on the Windows operating system.
yeah,
I heard to say, and I think now it's really starting to stick in because I know sometimes this Mac has little problems here and there. So I'm feeling like I should, but I mean it's still a little bit of an investment too, since it's going to be like
yeah,
1,000, and then if you're like really going for like the high end stuff, it could be anywhere to like 4,000 if need be. So you're in for a
yeah,
big endeavor too. So I don't know.
yeah,
Look for somebody in the Geek Squad to help build it for you at some point. So,
yeah.
but I guess which video game has been your favorite that you played so far?
Um, Banjo Kazooie from the old like N64 days. That was one of my that was my all-time favorite game.
And I'm sorry, I missed it. What was the name?
Banjo Kazooie.
Banjo Kazooie. Never heard of it. I guess fill me in on it because I've actually never really played any of the big Nintendo games
So
back then.
it's about this bear called Banjo and this bird called Kazooie, and they go on an adventure to go and destroy a try and destroy a queen, and yeah, it's kind of like a hilarious kind of puzzle adventure game. You got loads of really cool things, and when there's a special move when Banjo will get a banjo out and start playing it, and then Kazoo will get a kazoo out and start playing it. It's just hilarious.
I mean, yeah, most games get a little bit too serious. I think I had played on the. It was either Nintendo Wii. I think my friend of mine actually had the recent Zelda game at that point.
Oh yeah,
I know. I think those Zelda ones I think take forever just to go through since there's so much involved.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I would say I've always been content with the PS, PlayStation games and some Xbox. I actually did have the Xbox 360, but I guess Xbox One is the newest one they have right now.
yeah, yeah.
I guess which did you ever do like any of the Gears of War games on the
Yeah, yeah.
Those,
I used to love them.
I would say, yeah, I remember. I think 2 was always fun, but it seemed like it
Yeah,
got a little easier.
yeah, they get easier and easier, and I just kind of was like, nah, I don't want to play this anymore because, yeah,
I think it's because we're always doing it on normal because
yeah,
insane seems
yeah,
like too much.
yeah,
It's too much on the mind, to be honest. It's easy to die on the insane difficulties. And I just realized that. I'm thinking,
yeah,
like, nope, I am done. I
yeah,
am not doing that anymore.
yeah.
So, all right. Well, this one is a legit fun question. What's your favorite drinks? I don't know if you drink alcohol or anything, or what's your favorite non-alcoholic drinks?
So for non-alcoholic, it's probably Pepsi. I'll always go for a Pepsi, but if it's like alcoholic, I'll go for a good old British cider.
I don't know. Does any alcohol like affect people with Williams syndrome? I just didn't know if it was
Uh,
something like that.
it does, but it's kind of I don't mind it. Like it's rough the next day, but I don't mind. I love it. Well, I don't drink every day, but like if I'm playing a gig, I'll have a little drink before just to keep me calm before the gig and stuff. So
All right, fair enough. Yeah, it's interesting to say Pepsi too, because I know most people would say Coke, but I guess there are a lot of restaurants in your neck of the woods. I don't know how many you have, but do they do just strictly Pepsi products?
no, they do Coke as well, and to be honest, the people who serve us are so shocked when I say, "Oh, can I have a Pepsi Max, please?" And they're like, "What? What are you on about?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't drink Coke." And they're like, "Oh, okay."
I mean, to each his own too. I mean, I don't mind Pepsi. I would say
Yeah,
most of the time it's always Coke for me, but I mean, Pepsi is
yeah,
every now and again. It's always good. All right.
yeah.
So in terms of your drum covers, I know I asked one earlier about which one was your favorite, so you at least answered that one. But was there ever a song that was too tough for you to play? Did you either give up or did you come back afterwards to try to finish it?
Um, there was one that I attempted, and I sat there for hours and hours and hours trying to get the song like down just right. And in the end, I gave up on it for a while, and then sort of came back, and I've got it like saved in my iPad, ready to upload at some point. So
What is
that
it?
was
What was the name of the song?
it was A Day That Never Comes by Metallica.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was trying to remember too because I know I've been listening to a good number of Metallica, especially now with some of the newer ones that have been coming out with 17
yeah,
seasons. So
yeah,
okay, I think now it's kind of starting to come to me too. I think the one I keep thinking of is That Was Just Your Life, and
yeah.
or Night All Nightmare Long. I feel that was another one too. So all right, and the last one. What is currently your favorite song or a song that you've been listening to a good bit recently?
Um, oh man, it's probably gonna have to be Strange by a band called The Feeling. So there's a song called Strange, and it's about what like how disabled people get treated in a way, and it's the song I listen to if I'm having like a rough day, and I wanna cheer myself up. I always get that song up on Spotify and kind of just dance around my room. Yeah,
Yeah, you got a lot of those songs that have like powerful messages in them as well. So I could see why
yeah,
too.
yeah.
So I didn't want to get too personal because I don't know how bad do you get ridiculed for your syndrome and everything at school and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I still do to this day, but it's a way of life, and I kind of it is hard, but I've got a load of friends behind my back that help me out. So yeah, especially my manager at work, she's she's amazing. Like just helping me every day. If something goes wrong, she'll be at my side, and it's lovely.
That's really good to hear, and
Yeah,
it's good to have you in the drum community too. So
thank you,
and as a drum tutor too. So
thank you.
and best luck going forward, and glad to see you made it through COVID and everything too. So
Yeah,
all right,
cheers, man.
no worries. But Ollie, we are near the end of my podcast right here. Before we jump into the last question, did you have any questions for me or any final words you want to say?
I just want to say thank you for having me on. It's been an absolute pleasure, and it's kind of my first like proper podcast. So yeah, it's good.
I guess for the podcast you have done, because you said you do some for your foundation. What are they really about? Are you just kind of like all highlighting what Williams syndrome is and how to?
Yeah, so we talk about Williams syndrome. So it's basically about there's 12 of us that go in a chat, and we'll come up with questions to ask each other, and it's hilarious because we get so rowdy in there. Like we're all drinking. Well, we're all like just drinking and having public who ask us questions, and then we answer them and just have a real good time.
That's pretty sweet. All right.
Yeah.
So, Ollie, for the last question right here, and it may be a little bit tough, but just try your best right here. I know it may seem cliche, especially with some of the answers people give on this one. So, given what COVID has done, what sort of message of hope could you give to musicians and people out there as we try to get back to some sort of normalcy?
I just want you guys to continue what you guys are doing, because music makes the world go round, and like I said, through COVID, so music wasn't there, and I don't know what I'd do without music, and I just hope that you achieve your dreams and make sure that you enjoy yourselves. That's what I want to say.
Smoking like a true prodigy.
Yeah.
All right. So, Ollie, we've reached the end of my podcast right here, and I want to thank you so much for coming on. Did you have any final words or any shout outs you want to say before we close?
Nope. I'm just glad to be here, and thank you very much.
No worries. All right. So everyone, like I said, it was Oliver Downton. Head over to his YouTube channel. How else can I reach out to you? What sort of other social media, or do you have a website?
I have like Instagram, at Imperious Ollie, Facebook, Oliver Sticks Downton. So yeah, you can reach out there. And
I guess how else can I reach out to your Williams Syndrome Foundation?
they can through Instagram at WSF UK, or just go on the Williams Syndrome Foundation UK website, and there's a contact us section in there where you can contact and donate if you want and stuff.
That sounds good too. All right.
Yeah.
So Ollie, best of luck on your journey going forward. So stay safe.
Thank you.
Stay tuned.
I will.